the night. All right, let's take a look here. You know I'm excited because Shannon Smith is here. Shannon Smith is here. You know, come on in. Let's talk about this.
So good to see you.
Actually, Shannon, I'm supposed to stand at the what you get. You know this better than I do. I got so excited that you were here. Hey, can we scoot over together? Can we scoot over together? Shannon's here, everybody. You know our kitchen guru, our former HSN host here. But it's more than just a rice cooker, right?
It is. You know what's so funny?
Stay with me. It's more than a rice cooker.
Well, see, look at, I was trying to do the right thing.
You were. She was doing the right thing.
There's always a first time for everything.
She was. She was like, I'm going to let you do your job. I'm like, Shannon.
Exactly.
I'm so excited to see you. But this is something that, listen, when we cook our rice and our grains, brown rice, white rice, and your quinoa, if you're cooking, we're kind of sitting over the pot. We're scared to walk away.
We're babysitting. We're fighting.
And then we can't get repeatable results. You're like, last time my rice was great. This time it's terrible.
You know what? It's so funny that you say that because first of all, this has to be the non-stickiest non-stick that I've ever used in a rice cooker, if that makes sense. I baked a cake in this, but Ty, you nailed it, and it's so good to be here with you.
Thank you for being here with us tonight.
It's a perfect hour because not only did we make, you know, I was talking about midnight munchies. What are you craving? That macaroni and cheese. Do you remember we started that from dry pasta? This started from dry pasta at the beginning of the hour.
Yes.
And you know, especially with New Year's resolutions, I mean, look, you're even getting that nice little fond, that great little crumbly on the bottom. But notice how nothing is sticking. Did I tell you it's like this, the non-stickiest non-stick that I've used?
Well, this melted cheese, if you don't have the most non-stickiest non-stick, this is going to be a mess.
Isn't that crazy? And I love the fact that not only were we able to do this for you, again, one pot cooking, and you know what, Ty, you're right. The only beef that I have with this is, you're right, it should have a different name. It's so much more than a rice cooker. Yeah. It's your little magic multi-cooker.
There you go,
that's it. It is. It's like a little magic multi-cooker. I'm going to show you all the features, and you already saw that nonstick pot by our gracious Ty.
Yes. We love it. And look, so you're getting the steamer as well. You know, you could steam vegetables in this as well. So look, you have the white and the black. I will tell you, the white is most popular already. We did just a little, what we call a promo at the top of the hour, and you guys were jumping on the white on a weekly deal drop price of $34.99 anytime. Oatmeal, white rice, brown rice, quinoa, the mac and cheese, all of this. There are preset functions. I love a great preset, Shannon, because now I can have repeatable results. Listen, I can make oatmeal great one time, and then I go to do it again. I'm like, what did I do that time? I messed it up. And you've got that digital display that you're seeing right there.
You better believe it.
All of your functions right here, and you don't have to babysit.
You don't. Now remember, this all started from dry pasta. It's great that we're here with Tupperware because this is also a legacy brand. You know, they do things in the kitchen for over 100 years, so they know what they're doing.
Wow.
It's a 12-cup capacity, so you could cook a little or you cook a lot. But Ty, like you said, it is one touch button operation. You literally dump the ingredients in and you go. So there's your little magic, you know, multi-cooker. So as you cycle through, I'm just gonna stop this. I'm actually trying to do this backwards, so I'm kind of impressed by myself. So you've got your white rice. Yes, it'll do white rice, it'll do brown rice, it'll do multigrain. Think your farro, think your barley. We did a barley soup in here. It's going to do your quinoa. That's a very special grain. By the way, there's a little protein in there.
Yeah.
That's why there are actually two different settings for that, because West Bend thought of everything. And then, of course, you have your oatmeal. I love my steel-cut oats in this.
Me too.
You're also getting that keep warm. Do you know that you can do everything from dry pasta to ramen noodles? You could use this for your fondue pot for Valentine's Day. You can temper chocolate. We're doing a little queso because it's a little midnight munchies.
Yeah,
and
I love
it. There's even a delay timer, and the big thing is you put the ingredients in, you hit a button, it does all the work, does everything practically, you know, besides the dishes, that little cook and look lid, and then, of course, all of the best results that you're ever going to have. But you know what? You are a healthy guy.
Wow.
So, you know, we're including that steamer insert. Remember, white rice, did you know, I bet you could guess, what's the #1 side dish in the world?
It's got to be white rice, right? Because if you think around the world, it's yes, right. And it is. Listen, white rice is one of those things when you want to beef up and you have your protein, maybe you have your veggies and you want to beef it up, whether it's brown rice or white rice. But listen, I've walked away from a pot of rice and I've ruined the rice and I've come back and I thought, oh no, what am I going to do now? This is you kind of set it, you walk away. Now you mentioned something earlier and I love this. There is a delayed timer.
I love that.
Tell us about the delayed.
That's actually one of my favorites because as an example, I see you in the morning, I see you at night, right? You know, the life of a show host.
Yes.
Do you know up to a 24-hour delayed timer? So even if you don't know what the schedule is, you can actually set this and forget it. As an example, when I did the little promo, I had to finish my makeup. So I didn't babysit this. It will cook the meal for you. It automatically goes into a keep warm cycle. So even if you're stuck in traffic, it doesn't matter. The kids are coming and going at different times. And by the way, there are no exposed burner, no exposed hot parts. So if you want your kids to get involved, how old are the twins now?
They're 15.
Are they really?
They're 15. I know. Yeah, I make the same face when I think about it. I'm like, how did that happen?
And yet I haven't aged a day.
No, this is true. This is true.
I know. I know what a healthy eater you are.
Look at this.
Come on now. Come on now.
But I'll kill that mac and cheese too.
Right, exactly.
I'll hit that mac and cheese. So listen, when you tune in right now and you see rice cooker, yes, that's one of the things, but I like magic multi-cooker, which is what we're calling it tonight. This is something else you can do because you're getting that steam bowl as well. Oh.
I know, look at that. And then, of course, the little magic multi-cooker, again, will it do rice? Yes, it'll do rice. It'll do steel-cut oats. It'll do ramen. It'll do dry pasta.
I'm sorry, did you have that underneath?
Yeah. It's
okay, did you guys see what?
Cooking.
Did you see what just
one-pot
happened?
Cooking.
So the fish came out, the veggies came out. She removed the steam tray, and now you've got, is that brown rice?
That's brown rice.
Oh, that's a whole meal you just
brown
did.
rice. And do you know, Ty, you nailed it. Do you know I've worked with every major celebrity chef in the world, and they all say the same thing. I don't care what culinary institute or what big award event, they all say that cooking rice is actually, it's really difficult because you can scorch it. And how many times have you burned that rice? I mean, the phone rings, the kids are doing something in the other room. And it's also great for those of us, I'm going to put myself in the senior class. I mean, because I really am, because I can't tell you the number of times that I've actually forgotten the oven on. Because this goes into the automatic keep warm cycle, it is genius. Now, I actually made this for my dad when I went home for Christmas. You know, I think this time of year, we're all trying to eat healthier, right?
Sure, yeah.
And what's the number one reason that we stop our New Year's resolutions?
Because it's too hard to do it. It's hard.
It's hard. Check that out. This is that multi-grain function. Yeah, my dad actually loved it. He's picky, let me just tell you. By the way, all the recipes will be at my Shannon's in the Kitchen website, because I'm always cooking up something for you.
Yes, she is. And also, if you don't follow her on social media, you're missing out. Her social media is the best.
God bless you, seriously. But I know I mentioned this earlier, but there's a difference between quinoa and a multi-grain, because the hull or the husk of that actually cooks at little different temperatures and little different times. Now, you don't have to know anything. You don't have to calculate. I mean, that's like algebra to me.
Yeah.
This does all the work. So remember, it's West Bend, over 100 years, that non-stick, that delay function. So no matter what the traffic is doing, you know you're always going to have a hot meal. And how about quinoa, please?
Quinoa, I have found, listen, I've tried to add quinoa to my diet a few times, and it was hard to cook. I couldn't get it to come out right. And this has a preset for it for $34.99. This is a small footprint for everything that it does. You will leave it out on your counter space because it will do so much for you, for the family, for cooking up. And it's a large capacity in there. When you talk about the amount of quinoa, the amount of rice that you're getting, at $34.99, here's the thing, at the beginning of the year, you know, here at HSN, we give you 30 days to try anything out. How about if this is part of your New Year's resolution to cook more at home, maybe to cook a little healthier, maybe to cook a little better, maybe that's what it is. Try it out for 30 days. If at the end of 30 days, for some reason, you didn't use it as much as you thought you did, send it back, no questions asked.
Absolutely. You know,
in the next 30 days.
In the next 30 days. And the thing is, I always used to like to say, it's kind of like buying it as you try it. I mean, it's just, it's really a goof-proof machine. It is your magic multi-cooker. Yes, we call it a rice cooker because we have to call it something. But the magic is, it is a one-pot cooker that does all the work. You put the ingredients in, you hit a button. I should also point out, this is one of the few rice cookers that I've ever used that actually has that peekaboo window, which is just something that you don't normally see. I should point out the footprint is just perfect, whether you have a little space or a lot of space.
Great,
I mean,
yeah.
think at the office. You don't want to use that office, that grungy microwave.
Yes, there you go.
I mean,
That's great. I
this is
love that you
cooking
can
nice.
see. My dad used to say, if you're looking, you're not cooking.
If you're looking,
but guess
you're not
what? I get to
cooking.
do both now. I get to look. I get to look and cook. Look at that. Oh, okay,
Seriously.
here we go.
All right,
Now,
steel cut oats.
this is it.
Do you know how hard those are to cook and how
Yes.
long? Right?
I know.
It's easier to win the lottery than it is to cook steel cut oats.
It's true.
But this
to
is
get them right.
To get them just
to get them right. Yeah.
This is what's so genius, though, and this even impressed my dad. There is one function. I mean, so again, you can see it's going to go into keep warm cycle. I took it out just a little bit early. Of course, it's all personal preference when you do this as well. But remember, you put the ingredients in, those 7 different presets to include, of course, that keep warm function and that delay cycle. This is how I like mine.
Listen, that after we look at these fresh berries on top, look, just add some fresh berries, adding a little bit. Oh my goodness.
Am I talking your love language?
Yes, this is it. You and I need to do breakfast together. We'd have a blast. I want to show the front again. I know a lot of you are jumping in right now. We got to have a really great shot of it right here.
Nice. Thank
but we
you,
just talk about
guys.
just kind of how easy West Bend has made it for us.
They have. Let me cancel this out just so you can kind of see it cycle. Because one quick thing I should point out, 7 different cycles. Let me hit that. You keep hitting that menu button and see how it cycles through. You put those ingredients in, you let it cycle through. There's that oatmeal. See, it even does the calculate, does the math for you.
Thank
I mean,
goodness.
that's how smart
Thank
it
goodness.
is. I can't balance my checkbook, but I can make steel cut oats thanks to West Bend.
Well, yeah.
And you just cycle through. By the way, that keep warm, that works for your queso. I'm going to get to that, I promise, in just a second. But I baked a cake in that. I'll show you that as well. You have the start, there's the delay function as well. And one thing that I just wanted you guys to be aware of, let's choose a different function. We'll go to the white rice. And I'm going to hit, trying to do this backwards. Wait until you see the chasing lights. That means that it's good, that it's doing all of its thinking. And one final thing that I'm going to show here, and I apologize, I got hands of steel here, but part of that magic multi-cooker design is that's your little brain. So it knows when that liquid is absorbed, so it knows when it's done. And then, do you know how hard it is to do red beans and rice?
Yeah, that looks so good.
And this is so healthy for you, Ty.
And it's satiating, it is satisfying. Red beans and rice, this is something, you could use this kind of as your meal. You can just put some toppings on it, or you could use it as your side dish. Listen, at $34.99.
It's a great price.
It is a great price for everything that it does. Not only that, Shannon, but it does all the things that sometimes we're nervous about doing ourselves, right?
True.
All of the grains and the rice and the red beans and rice and the steel cut oats and the quinoa, all of that. I would do more of that, but I'm nervous because I've messed it up a lot of times. This makes it, look how much.
I know, look at that, you read my mind. Now, you can see there's still a lot in there. It's a 12-cup capacity. 12-cup capacity. But the whole point is,
love this little thing.
You can cook a little or you can cook a lot, and then I saved the best for last.
Here we go. 1 minute left. Stay with us here. Get your order. Oh, is this queso?
Right. It's queso.
Oh my goodness.
It's
queso.
queso.
My goodness.
It's queso.
Look at this.
Look at that. And I'm rushing. You want to know why? Life is short. Dessert first.
You made look at this. Take a look at your screen. Watch
we baked the cake.
You baked a cake
We baked the cake.
Because it's the non-stickiest non-stick.
It's the non-stickiest non-stick.
You can. Okay, look at all of this.
But you're steaming that cake. I'm telling you, you have not lived until you have had a steamed cake. I'm serious about that.
Look at this spread. All of the things that maybe you would cook more if you knew how to. Let the West Bend Mini Magic Multifunction Rice Cooker do it for you going into the new year. Shannon, thanks for being here.